Hey friends, and welcome back to another skill. So in this skill right here, what we're going to be doing is talking about the concept of securing the interfaces on our switches. Namely, this is going to be covered via the concept known as port security. So the name itself really is quite descriptive. When we're talking about port security, the port we're referring to really is the physical ports, the physical interfaces that are on our switches. So we can see here in this example, when VPC13 wants to connect to switch number 7 right here, the way it gets access to the network is via switch 7's interface 113. So what we effectively want to do is to make associations between the actual physical MAC address, the burned in address of a particular device, and allow it access or deny it access depending on that MAC address value. So in this skill, we'll talk about things known as sticky learning of MAC addresses, which is a way for our devices to essentially dynamically learn about the MAC addresses that are connected to it. As we'll see, we're not just going to always have a maximum of one MAC address on a particular interface. Depending on the topology layout, we may require many more MAC addresses to be seen on one particular interface, which is something we will get to demonstrate. So that could mean we could say, on a particular interface, you should see 2 MAC addresses, or maybe on another one, you should expect to see no more than 10 MAC addresses. Well, the reality is, we would have the ability to dictate that and specify that in our configurations. Now, in a similar sense, once we define our policies, such as, there's a maximum of 3 MAC addresses allowed to be associated with a particular interface, if, say, for example, a 4th one shows up and we happen to have what is known as a violation of our policy, we can specify what that violation action is going to be. Quite simply, how would we like our switch to respond to such a circumstance? So we'll get to define particular actions. We'll also get to see how we can configure the system to automatically recover from a particular violation, so we don't always have to go in and manually undo the changes as caused by these violations. And then once we've done that, we're going to look at how we can statically configure MAC addresses associated with a particular interface. And again, as the name does suggest, the whole purpose of this entire process is really all about security in our network, protecting these ports that grant devices access to our network. Alrighty, friends, so there really is a lot of good stuff to get to within this particular skill. So how about we build up a topology and just get to the configurations.